All right. Well, there's a certain context to this. Is that my parents had, I think, possibly the worst marriage I think it's possible to have. 3 days after they got married, they went on honeymoon to Bournemouth, and my dad took my mum to see Bournemouth against Brentford in the 3rd division on an open terrace. I checked the weather actually. It wasn't raining, but it was cold. And I think
mature thing to do at that age.
And he's a child, my father. So this is the start of the marriage. Cut to maybe 16, 17 years later, and I'm around, and things aren't going well. And my parents hate each other. All I ever heard them say was "fuck off." No, you fuck off. And then Dawes was saying, I didn't know their names till I was 14.
I love the idea. Fuck off. No, you fuck off. Could literally go on for 20 years with no break or variation.
22, I think it lasted. And so it wasn't going well. So I was, as you can imagine, I was 13, I remember, and my mother had her own ways of dealing with it. She wasn't coping very well. My dad, being a sort of more theatrical type, if you like, my dad, he was working at the post office, the big sorting office in King's Cross, Mount Pleasant. And one lunchtime, he decided instead of going back to work, he would phone in a bomb scare in an Irish accent.
Whoa.
And he went, and then he'd go and see some strippers who were on in a pub.
Did he keep up the accent?
There were all sorts of questions I had to ask him. And I was talking about this with him, and everyone came out, you know, and they tried to find a bomb. There wasn't a bomb. And I said to him, this is about 6 months ago, I said, Dad, I can't believe you got caught, because he got caught and arrested, and he almost went to prison. My aunt had to go up and make a sort of character speech about him. And he is definitely a character. And I said, I can't believe you got caught the first time you did it. And he said, oh, it wasn't the first time. He said, I did it 14 or 15 times, and I wasn't the only one.
Whoa.
And they caught him in the end because they realised something was up, and they followed him to a phone box, and they must have put it together. And he said, and they grabbed me out of the phone box, and they took me back to the office, and they sacked me on the spot.
All indignant.
I can't believe it, Dad. Yeah, yes.
I love the idea that we've all got this memory of the IRA being a really awful threat to London, but really it was just mostly your dad.
Well,
Other post office workers.
I can only apologise to anyone here tonight who didn't get letters in the mid to late 70s. It may well have been my father's fault.
I love the thought of your dad being in the dock and your mum being in the kind of public gallery, and just sort of your dad saying something and your mum just going, fuck off! And your dad going, no, you fuck off!
But I also sort of